Yeah, yeah. Fresh out the cell with a plan and a boo. Ain't clip beeping, but my heart's beating for you. Let's go. Met her on a prison pen pal site. She said you cute even in that orange light. Now I'm home and I'm free, kinda on probation. She picked me up in a Prius, pure elation. Got a teardrop tat and a heart full of dreams. She brought cupcakes and some government cheese. I said, girl, you a snack, maybe even a feast. She said, you just hungry cause you live with the beast. Love after lockup, wild and free. Got no keys, but she got the key. From yard time to FaceTime, look at us glow. From prison phone calls to reality show. Love after lockup, we don't play. Tinder got nothing on JPay. I did my time, now I'm doing hers. Doing laundry and love, both in spurts.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup Lockdown, where we are covering Season 3, Episode 9. As always, you can find us in our Facebook group and on Instagram at Love After Lockup Lockdown. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lisa.
And this week we are covering Season 3, Episode 9. This is an episode of Life After Lockup titled Bat Out of Hell. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic.
So I think the only thing we want to mention today before our episode is that not only are we starting Season 3, Life After Lockup, which is like what, the third or fourth, second segment in what might be like 4 segments of
Right.
Season 3, something like that. Very confusing. This is where all this making the seasons 400 episodes long began. And we want to direct you to our Etsy shop. And our Etsy shop is LALU Locked Down. And there's links on our Facebook page. And also I frequently post them. There is a promo code right now. It is Locked Down. And that will get you $1 off of a $5 order. Also, if you go on the shop and start liking stuff, it'll send you promo codes. Or if you put stuff in your cart and don't buy it and want to buy it later, it'll send you promo codes through your email. So there's that to look forward to. So go ahead and check it out.
Lisa with all the tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Well, this week we start with Angela and Tony, and Angela's getting ready for something, and Donna Faye shows up with groceries.
We opened with her like smoking in the bathroom.
Right.
So, yeah. Lately, Angela on her Facebook makes videos of her twirling while also smoking her cigs. And it's just because she's trolling us.
She's always including her cigarettes whatever she's doing, anything she makes, she always includes it.
Yep. It's her signature.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, her sister, Faye, sometimes she's Donna Faye, sometimes she's just Faye, who knows. She pulls up with her groceries and she tells Faye that she hasn't talked to Tony in 4 months. Do we believe this? Because I don't believe it.
I don't know. I don't believe that she didn't talk to him at all, because of the way the scene proceeds. She does say that she's been feeling lonely since he's left. And I don't feel like she's the kind of person to just sit around and feel lonely. But also we have to keep in mind that this happened during COVID. So there were a lot of restrictions and people weren't able to go out and see other people. And that right there made a tremendous amount of people feel very, very lonely and desperate and do things that they wouldn't have otherwise done.
Yeah. And one of the only ways to talk to the general public was to do something online. Now, I'm not saying that the only choice was to go on the felon dating website and pick out a dude, but hey, and Faye asks her if she's still wearing the wedding ring, and Angela says, "Oh, I hung it up by a string so that every time I take a piss." So she means she hung it in the toilet.
She hung it in the toilet. That's the funniest thing I have heard off of this show in a long time.
Tony deserves to be pissed on. He's a piece of shit.
I can't disagree with you. Donna Faye tells Angela that she's vulnerable and she should not let him back in. It'll just cause more problems for her. And she's right.
Yeah. So Faye's whole point is you're human for feeling lonely, but then she also says if we weren't in isolation from the pandemic, she fully believes that Angela would have taken Tony back, like if they could. And I don't know if how much the pandemic is actually, unless you were being like really, really, really careful, which Angela might have had to be because she was in healthcare.
Right.
So I don't know, but a lot of people were breaking the rules. Let's be honest.
A lot of people were, yeah. Well, Angela tells Donna Faye that sometimes she wishes she could go back to how things were, or rather how she wanted them to be. The problem is, it was never that way to begin with. Like, you can't go back to something that never existed in the first place.
Yeah. So, and then this is where she tells her she's considering another pen pal. And I bet Faye is like, oh no, here we go again. And before they say goodbye, they do a fist bump. So, I mean, which you saw a lot of, because there's no germs on your fists. Just be honest.
I don't know why people
or your elbows
thought touching each other in any way was a good idea. But Angela says that she needs someone to be intimate with, and she says she needs some human contact. And Donna Faye's like, talk to yourself. I do it all the time. That's not really great advice. I mean,
no. I mean, don't we all? But yeah, no.
Next up, Michael, Sarah, and Maria. And Michael goes into the bathroom, presumably to hide from Maria, and he calls Sarah. Why do you need to hide if you're not doing anything wrong?
Also, there was no friggin' way that this woman couldn't hear him talking through the door. I don't care, shower, whatever. Who are we fooling here?
He also went in there with no change of clothes and no towel, and his shoes on. Come on, come the fuck on.
He's gonna come out completely dressed in the exact same outfit. Nothing's wet.
He'll just get his hair wet and be like, oh, that was a great shower. So Sarah tells him that her grandma has the girls because she has to leave for work soon.
Yeah. This whole time that he's calling Sarah to check on the girls, Maria is knocking on the door yelling, babe, babe, babe. And he's like, I'm taking a shower. It's just, he's sitting on the door, talking on the phone.
Yep. He's not even on the other side of the bathroom away from the door. He is literally leaning on the door.
On the door, yeah.
He says ever since the fight at the hotel, he's been in Miami with Maria, which they said at the end of the last part that they were on. Nothing good comes from this, we know.
Oh, yeah. It might. Oh, okay. I brought this up on the Facebook page and the Facebook group that Michael looks distinctly different in the eyes and the face. Now that you could say, oh, well, he's just high on pot. I've never seen anyone in my life look like that after being high on pot. His eyes were red and glazy and half open, and he just looked like he was struggling to like even sit up and speak.
Dude, I've been high as fuck, as high I think as you can get off of weed, and I have never looked like that. Not to that extent. You know what I mean? Like I have looked high, let's not lie, but I have not looked like I'm going to fall over. I don't think. I could be wrong.
It's just a different look. His eyes looked bad. I mean, they looked like the eyes of someone who's been up for 24 hours because they were red.
Yeah.
And pot doesn't keep you up. It puts you to sleep. So
I'm going to have a joint and a nap. See you in a few hours.
We do know meth and crack and heroin will keep you up, though.
I thought heroin put you to sleep, too, because people are always nodding out.
You're right. Well, we're no drug experts. So
what?
Yeah, you're right. I guess heroin puts you to sleep, but okay. So, but I know crack keeps you up and so does meth, right?
Yep. I know meth for sure.
Right. So we're on board that now we know that heroin puts you to sleep. So
Well, Sarah says she doesn't want Maria to be around the girls, and I do not blame her. I feel like there's nothing wrong with this, especially the way Maria acted at the hotel. Not that Sarah was particularly well behaved, but Maria, that's not the way to act.
No. And finally, Michael admits that Maria is jealous of Sarah. Oh, it's about time you fucking admit this. Oh, your perfect lady who lets you do anything, wants to have threesomes, and is never suspicious of you and trusts you emphatically, is now jealous of Sarah. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. And why? Why would she be jealous of Sarah? I trust him. I know what he's doing. Do you? Because he's doing whatever the fuck he wants, and he's also fucking Sarah. So do you know about that? Because if I'm going to believe one or the other, I'm believing Sarah over Michael.
Yep.
He asks Sarah what kind of cake she got, and she says, "Why don't you worry about what's important? Like where the party is. When is it going to happen?"
Yeah, this is about Rain's birthday party, her first birthday. And I was a little confused about the whole cake thing. I don't understand why that was an issue. He was asking about the cake. She's like, you're always asking about the cake. How about asking important things like what time is it and shit like that? And I'm like, I guess it would be a normal thing to like ask about what cake.
But if you don't even know where and when the party is, what the fuck does it matter what kind of cake you got? I think it was just one of those.
I guess.
I think it was one of those things where she's like, "You're not paying attention to the important things here. Like you need to know where the fuck you're going if you're going to show up. Not what kind of cake are you going to get to eat."
But it could be back to the high thing. It could be that he's like not remembering what the hell he's saying and he keeps over asking about the same cake. It's possible.
Maybe it's weed and he just really, really wanted some fucking cake.
Or maybe he wanted weed in the cake. Or are we
You never know with Michael. He'd be like, Rain's first birthday? Let's get everybody fucked up.
Be like, this is the cake for the children and this is the cake for the adults.
I would definitely go to that birthday party. Well, he hasn't even seen the girls since he was there last when they had the fight. So it's been 4 months since he's seen them.
Yeah, but we also know, and timelines are askew here, but it would be, so here's the thing. Here's my thing where I caught. We're in the pandemic for some people, but now with Michael and Sarah, how come they're having a gathering and having a party?
So they don't film everything in line at the same time. It's not like everything starts on the 12th of May or whatever. They go because there's different release times. So they're sending out different crews to different places at different times. So that's believable because at this point, it seems like the pandemic is relatively new, in what they're recording.
Yeah. Well, I would be able to tell by when I see, because Sarah's in New York, like me, if I can see what the weather is outside, I'd be able to tell because the pandemic started kind of in like the end of winter, right? March, May, something like that. So if it's cold there, I mean, so it was after January that we became
Quarantine.
under a pandemic,
Yeah,
and quarantine. So I'm gonna have to see what the weather's like in Sarah's neck of the woods for this birthday party, because if it's summer, we're way off.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Sarah says that she hopes that he comes for Rain's sake, but she doesn't care about seeing him because she's moved on. So it's not an issue for her. Now, do you buy this?
No.
I don't for a second believe that she has completely moved on.
No, I also have a lot to say in our scenes with Malcolm, but we'll get to that. And so he says that he's going to come, but he's going to be there for a few days. And then he says alone, right? That's what I heard. But it looked like she was kind of aggravated by that. I was confused a little. I thought I missed something.
Well, I think that I just picked up on her being upset because he said he wanted to take the girls by himself for the weekend. And she was like, the fuck you will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially not now with the way he fucking looks.
Right.
So apparently Michael has not signed the divorce papers yet because he wants 50-50 custody. But Michael is not stable. You do not need to sign divorce paperwork to have a custody agreement for your kids. It's not a part of, it's two different things.
In Ohio, you need to
Not
have a custody agreement before you can file your divorce. Well, before you can file a dissolution.
Oh yeah, no, it's two separate things here because you can be zero married and still fight for 50-50 for your
Here
children.
too, but you don't.
Yeah.
You have to have your custody worked out before you'll be granted a divorce in Ohio.
Oh, well, I didn't know that, but I don't know if that's like that here, but yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, she filed a divorce in Rochester, so I'll have to look that up. She says that she's not going to trust him until he comes correct. And here's where her magical ebonics come out.
I've heard it called a black scent. I don't even know what the actual term for it is. I hope we're not referring to it incorrectly, but I mean,
no, people have called it both black scent and ebonics, both, because it's what it is. I mean, black scent, I'm like more not against. I'm more leery of using black scent on like comments than I am ebonics.
I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just stupid. Well, she says that after the last time they had sex, they haven't really talked about it. And she tells him that it's not going to be happening again.
Yeah, well, he mentioned staying there with her while he's there. And she's like, no. And we all know this is just because he can't afford to stay anywhere and production probably won't pay for it. But Maria is not allowed to come. Let's get that straight. She needs to, even though he said he's coming alone, Maria is not allowed to come.
Which, I mean, she can't prevent her from coming to New York, obviously, but she can, well, she at least has the ability, possibly, to keep her from seeing the girls. I don't know. It depends how sneaky Michael decides to be. She did mention that when he was there last time and they had sex, they didn't use protection, and it was really scary because she thought she got pregnant again. That would have been terrible for her to raise 3 children on her own.
It would have been, but however, that was she literally took that test, it seemed like the next day. I don't know what kind of pregnancy test that was, because it would take a little bit for the pregnancy hormone to show up in your urine.
But we don't know. It could have been weeks later. It could have been months later. It's hard to, because when they go and check in, you know, if she's like, I think I might be pregnant, they could send somebody out to be there just in case, or to film it, because that's pretty juicy.
Let me take a picture of you, or let me videotape you after you piss on a stick.
I want to get you on camera having put a pregnancy test in your trash. That just would have been so bad for her, because they were never going to get back together, you know?
Thank God.
He says the only thing that could keep him away from his girls is prison, and that's not going to happen. I mean, I don't fucking know how it hasn't happened. You've been arrested every fucking year since you got out, but it's not happened.
He's just doing misdemeanor crimes, I believe, so he's just going to jail every time. And I guess in Florida, well, it makes sense because he's in Florida, and Florida doesn't like to clog up their prisons.
Child endangerment should not be a fucking misdemeanor.
No, but he is in Florida. So, he's in a lawless land.
You're not lying. He says a woman isn't going to stop him from seeing his kids, except she can.
Uh-huh.
Next up, Andrea and Lamar, and Andrea says she can't believe she's back in LA and she must really love him.
I believe her this time that they're in one of the poorest and most dangerous neighborhoods, because that shit looked just like straight out of Compton. And I mean, it was bad. It looked like every gang movie I've ever seen, that house and that street. I was like, where are they?
If I'm not mistaken, this may be later, but they have like, what is that? Barbed wire around like the outside of their house. It may be later, but
I'll believe it.
He says he loves California and can't see himself living anywhere else. I feel like Andrea went about moving to Utah completely wrong. Every part of her her idea of getting them to Utah was wrong. She did it completely wrong. But is it safer? Yes. Is that where they should live? I don't know. But it is, not even arguably, it is significantly safer than living in California, in LA.
But they could be farther along in LA had she just stayed there, because it costs a lot of money moving back and forth and back and forth. So they probably wasted, and also whatever she was like, you know, they had two incomes, but two separate incomes paying for two separate households. Had they pulled that together and she stayed in LA because they were going to wind up there anyways, they could have been a lot farther.
Yeah. He says by the time COVID is gone, he's going to have her eating out of his hands. This I thought was an ugly thing to say. I just didn't like it.
It seemed too sinister for Lamar, and it felt like something they would tell him to say. I didn't care for it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I'll believe that. That way I don't have to think poorly of Lamar.
Yeah, I just felt like that's not something he would say. It was really weird. But Andrea just goes, "We're in the hood. You need to move us." And she broke the rule of living where her kids are safe, and they can't afford to do that in California because it's so ridiculously expensive to live there.
She tells him that the kids are going to hear the sirens and it's going to wake them up every day. And he was like, yeah, because we live next door to the police station.
Well, okay then. That's safe. I mean,
How upset can you be when the police are around the fucking corner? Like, it seems like it would be relatively safe if you're literally across the street from a police station.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So they're onto this closet thing they have. It was reminiscent of the Walmart closet that Scott bought Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
And they're arguing about whether or not it's going to fit, basically.
She gets pissed off and she says, "This is not what the fuck I wanted." Very Mormon of her. Very ladylike.
Yeah, she turns real quick. She forgets she's Mormon on a dime.
On a fucking dime.
Lamar's just like, "Well, look, I'm no handyman." And they're arguing over this stupid shelf. It's just the littlest thing set this woman off like crazy.
He says he doesn't understand what she wants out of life. And as long as you have a roof over your head, that's all that matters. No, that's not true. It's, that's not the single thing you need in life. But I can understand why he wouldn't know. She is determined to be miserable, it seems like. She's unhappy. Yeah. She doesn't like the decision that she agreed to. She agreed they would take a vote, and whatever happened, that's what they would do. So this is something that you agreed to ahead of time. It doesn't mean you can come in and be fucking miserable all the time.
Yeah, exactly. She's going on to say things like, "I've failed my kids," and again about their safety. They're not safe, and her number one thing was to keep her kids safe. Lamar says, "Well, it's just temporary." And like you said, she's just like, this is not what I wanted. I just like, she's like, "Just build this closet thing and give me my space." And she gets so agitated so fast. And this, it seems so real, though. It does not seem set up. Like, I don't think she's this good an actor. I feel like she's really volatile and probably worse when the cameras aren't on.
I would think so. I mean, you have to have a certain level of dramatics to keep on the show. But I don't think that this is fake. I mean, anybody who would tell their children that they poison them, like, I can't tell you how frequently I think about the fact that she said that to her children.
And the look in her eye when she said it too was so weird.
And the way that Nyla responded to it, Nyla was so, like, she looked genuinely scared. Like, I don't think you would do that, but at the same time, why would you fucking say something like that? I don't know.
Gee, Mom, I don't think you would do this, but then again, you are crazy.
You are fucking psychotic.
So you might.
Yeah. Well, Tennyson comes in to help Lamar put the closet together, and he asks where Andrea is, and Lamar says she stormed out because she was mad, And Tennyson says, well, that's just the way she acts. That's pathetic. Your son should not be saying these kind of things like, oh, let's not get angry at her. That's just how she is.
They're all apologizing for their mother all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That we find Andrea doing the totally normal thing you do when your mental health is in good state, is sit in your car for whatever reason. And then Nyla gets in the car with her because here comes her daughter, her therapist, and says, Mom, what are you doing in here? And Andrea says, this is my private little apartment during quarantine. Okay.
I don't know. Nyla tells her that if she just sits around thinking about how hard everything is, then that's the only thing she's going to see. And she's going to make herself miserable, which is fair and intelligent and mature.
Yeah. And Mom says, I need to get out of the hood. I just feel trapped. Well, you agree again. You agreed to do this. It was your fucking idea, by the way.
Well, Nyla says that she spends her time thinking about positive things. And Andrea says that she thinks like that because she taught Nyla to think like that. And Nyla's like, yeah, sure, Mom. Fuck off, Andrea. Fuck off. She is always trying to take credit for when those kids do well.
I was like, what? Say what now?
Just like she got pregnant by the Holy Spirit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nyla was talking about ignoring things, like you said, like sharing a room, because she looks it up to the bright side, like better things are coming. So she's like glass half full, and her mom is 100% glass half empty all day.
Or completely empty at this point.
Or all empty because the world is crumbling down unless you're in polyamory land.
Gotta live in Utah. Yeah. Well, Lamar tells Tennyson that they should go hang out with Lamar's brothers because he'll be leaving soon to go on his mission, and they won't have a lot of time to spend together. Lamar genuinely cares about all of them. He cares about his family, all the kids, Andrea.
He does. She doesn't appreciate him enough. Yeah, they're putting the closet together, and Lamar asks Tennyson, he goes, I've seen you with your earbuds on. What have you been listening to? And Tennyson says rap, and that just lights Lamar up.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the look in his eye, like, oh, I don't think he realized that Tennyson was interested in rap. Yeah, so Lamar was, like I said, interested in Tennyson being interested in rap. And Lamar says, if you want, we can go to duo sometime and you can drop a beat. So I mean, I guess somewhere along the way, he must have learned that maybe Tennyson has some sort of musical ability too.
Well, we have Andrea and Nyla in the car, and Andrea says that it's time for them to pray in the car, as one would.
In her little apartment.
Right. She said she's going to protect her kids with guidance from the Mormon church. Okay.
Sure.
Next up, a short check-in with Brittany and Marcelino, and Brittany is in the hospital waiting to give birth.
Yeah, Brittany says she feels like she's been pregnant the entire time that she's been out of prison. And it's pretty much true. They realize as they're saying it, it's basically she's been pregnant the whole time.
Yeah. Not intentionally, but nonetheless.
And also taking care of infants.
He says she atoned for her crimes and did her time, and now she has a family. I think he put this for her. It was like when she got out of prison, he was done. She had done everything she needed to do, served her time, and he was ready to build a new life with her. And they did do that.
See, that's because he got a strong woman. Not everyone does this. Actually, very rarely does this happen. Brittany is not the normal. She did, it's been what, 5, 6, 7, whatever amount of years, and she's still drug free, raising her kids, got her family back, and the children she gave up for adoption. She's got a business going. She's started a podcast. She's doing wonderful. And that doesn't always happen, especially for someone who's been a drug addict since they were a child and all the trauma she went through. She's like beating the odds.
She is, and everything you said is true. Marcelino is a strong man too. He wasn't overly he didn't have the same problems that we see in a lot of the men who are involved in this show.
True. That's true as well. I honestly think they would have worked out had they not done this show, and that's the sad reality. A lot of times reality TV breaks people up.
Yeah. She said she started having contractions the night before, and today is her mom's birthday. So that's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came to the hospital at 2 a.m. and she was 3 centimeters dilated. And grandma is just like, well, this would be the best like present ever if you had the baby on my birthday.
He says he's very protective of the relationship between Brittany and her mom. And I think that he did a lot, like we said, but I think he did a lot to protect her.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see Brittany's mom still struggling in life, which is unfortunate. And I don't know whether she still has contact with her mom or not. But I mean, for now, everything seems good between them.
And Brittany says that she is in a lot of pain, which is completely understandable as you are about to birth a baby.
Yeah. And so Brittany says, out of the blue, she feels wet and to go get the doctor. And now, all right, I just have to say this because I feel like this is like production, like being men not understanding that just because your water broke doesn't mean that baby's going to come shooting out of your vagina. Your water can be broken for a long fucking time. Now, is it a case to go get the doctor? Yeah, but not a rushing case to go get the doctor.
Well, if you're excited though, I mean, labor is so slow.
Children.
She has
but she's had children before.
Yeah. But
yeah,
nonetheless. Next up, Sarah, Michael, and Maria. And Sarah is talking to her girls on FaceTime. And her daughter tells her that she looks pretty. And she says she's going to have dinner with Malcolm.
Okay, can we talk about Malcolm for a minute here? Because you may disagree with me, but I did not know of Malcolm up until this time. Well, I think this was the same guy she kissed at the bar.
No, different guy.
Okay. Well, whatever. But I feel that I agree with people in the Facebook group who say Malcolm was an actor. He felt like a fucking actor to me. It was bothering the fuck out of me. I don't know how you feel.
I don't know. I felt a lot of hesitation on his part, but I don't know why. There was something that just felt a little off, but I couldn't say like it's because he was an actor or because he was hesitant about her in general. I'm not sure.
I don't know. He felt like an actor, but we'll see. Well, time will tell. we'll form an opinion here. So. Again, last time Michael was there, she thought she was pregnant, and she's talking about the difference between Michael and Malcolm. Malcolm is a gentleman. He's always nice to her, and he cares. If this is the like least amount of things you are looking for in a man, like it's so easy to find that, and you choose the polar fucking opposite. And still want him back.
Michael, to anybody, I mean, it's not going to take, you don't have to be that spectacular of a man to outshadow Michael here. You know what I mean? Like, or overshadow.
You said it.
But she said,
sure.
This is the first time in 8 years that she's been out on a date. Okay. But she's been dating Malcolm. So does she mean like this is the first time she's been dating in 8 years?
Because Malcolm's an actor, but I am good. That hands fucking down. I'm putting that in the group and on the page tonight. I want to know who thinks Malcolm was an actor. We're gonna find out. It's so she's saying that they've been together for a few months now. Do they act like they've been together for a few months? No.
No, they act like they don't know each other. Although he could have been uncomfortable being on tape. I mean, like, we don't know until we can talk to somebody. We don't know what the story was. We know it probably wasn't what they say, but we don't know what it is.
It's been enough years where I think we deserve the truth. And I don't know what this dude's last name is, but I bet I could find out and hit him up.
I would rather talk to Sarah, I think.
I don't think she's going to talk to anyone. I really don't.
I don't know.
We could try, but I mean, if it were this easy to get someone like Sarah there's only like 4 podcasts that cover the show, but I think they would have gotten her by now, right? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. We could ask her, but.
So she says that the pregnancy scare really drove home the idea that she needs to stay the fuck away from Michael. Preach it, sister.
You think? Come on now. And okay, so apparently Malcolm drives 4 hours from where he lives to see her. And she said that it works out for them, but they pretty much see each other about once a week. How would that fucking work out for anyone? This is why I think this is just a fucking setup where production was just like, all right, here's your boyfriend Malcolm, and this is what we want you to say.
It could be, or somebody she's not dating. You know, it could be somebody she knows but isn't dating. I don't know. They don't have that intimacy that you would expect, especially for somebody who's been together for a few months.
Feels like a first date.
So Malcolm says that he and Sarah are enjoying each other's company and they're exclusive, and he hopes to become even more exclusive. But again, it was said in a way that wasn't very convincing.
No. They talked over Instagram, I guess, and then hit it off. And I don't know, is this just some random dude that hit her up? I have no idea. He just, what is it, slid into her DMs?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hopefully the future holds great things for them, they say. And based on what?
She asks Malcolm how he feels about coming to the party, and he says, "Don't you think it's too soon?" And she says, "No." That's an indication, like, when you ask somebody how they feel about going somewhere, and they are like, don't make him fucking go. Like, every part of him in this section is going, I have no interest in being there. And not because he doesn't care about her, not because he doesn't care about the girls, because Michael's gonna fucking be there and you haven't seen him in 4 months.
He says this, though, before she tells him that Michael's going to be there. So, which is where we're going back to the, like, because, so Malcolm says they're exclusive, but then he says that he's not sure he wants to go to Rain's birthday party because she tells him about Michael after she starts talking about the party. That's what I had written down.
Yeah.
Because she tells him about it, and then she goes, then Sarah starts speaking Ebonics or using her black accent and says there's a chance that Mike might be there. So
Malcolm asks her what kind of person Michael is. Like, she's okay. If they've been dating for several months, he fucking knows this already. He knows that for sure, because she is not going to not talk about him. Come on.
Exactly.
She said that he's very childish and irrational. And Malcolm asks if he would try to fight him. And she said, it's possible. What?
That would be
why? Why would Michael give a shit?
I don't know. Just to be a dick. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very lazy fight because he's high up as a fucking kite. Yep. But Malcolm tells us he's also a dad, so he kind of understands how it goes until you get past everything. But like you said, we would think Michael would be past whatever Sarah's doing in her life because he's got Maria now. But then again, he did also sleep with her a few months back. So, but that was for selfish reasons.
I mean, he sleeps with her every chance he gets. He sleeps with anybody every chance he gets. But Malcolm says he doesn't want any confrontation and he's just going for her.
So Sarah asks him basically, would it be better if they like met before the party? And he says, I think that'll be best.
And they're driving back to her place, and he asks her if she's going to wear the red panties that he likes. I don't understand why this had to be included. Like, we didn't know that a couple is going to have sex.
The way that she laughed tipped me off again that he's an actor and she didn't expect him to say that, because the way he said it seemed very forced or like scripted. And then her laugh was like she wasn't expecting him to say that kind of laugh, not like a of course I'm gonna wear the red panties. It was like a shocked laugh. Like she had no idea. That's what I got from it. See, I'm still on the Malcolm's an actor. So
Next up, Lacey, John, and Shane, and they come out of the gate showing that she's wearing an engagement ring, but we don't know whose it is yet.
yeah, Lacey, fucking hate her. She sent Shane a text message the other day, and she hasn't heard from him since he moved out. I call bullshit on that fucking one too, but whatever.
Yeah, she said she needs to talk to Shane, and she hasn't spoken to him in 2 months since she kicked him out. 2 months?
Fucking liar. And so she says she just wants stability in her life, and she wants to be with who's best for her and her kids, meaning who's out of jail and available to help her with her life and kids and have sex with her.
At that
That's
moment.
who's best at that moment, whoever is free.
Or if they're both free, whoever looks best at the moment.
You got it.
She says that she could have handled the cheating situation way differently. He still fucking cheated. Why is this something that you have to forgive? I don't understand. There's something going on. I don't know if it's an OnlyFans thing. I don't entirely understand what's going on, but it's not a big deal with them that he cheated. You know what I mean? Like, they still had a baby afterward.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be abnormal for a couple to have one or the other that's cheated and to decide to forgive. That wouldn't be out of the ordinary. But again, you brought up the OnlyFans, and Lacey does things with men on her OnlyFans, and I believe this has gone on the literal entire time. So it's not cheating if you're making money. It's not cheating if your spouse knows about it. Where's the line in cheating here? Because Lacey just gets to do whatever she wants to do with men for money, but Shane can't cheat on her. So had he told her, hey, since you do OnlyFans, I'm going to have sex with this chick, because it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, right?
Debatable, but I mean...
Yeah.
Well, Shane meets her at the beach, and she asks him how he is, and he says he's great, other than you throwing me out of the house.
I'm great, but you took all of my shit, threw it all over the lawn, and Big Daddy came home. But other than that, I'm good. And she says, well, do you want to take a walk with me? And he's going to say no. And she just says, well, what's new? And he says, I've just been working, because what else do you expect the guy to fucking do? Also, you've kicked him out. So you're worried about him cheating on you, but yet you've kicked him out and basically broken up with him, making it him free to cheat on you.
Yeah. He says it hurts him that he's been staying at a hotel the whole time and she's been running around with John. That would be
fair.
She's your wife. Like, you guys are married.
And she... Oh God, she's blowing such smoke up his ass. She says, oh, you're my husband, and we've said some beautiful vows, and it's time that we live them. And he's like, well, what about John? And he knows the answer. He knows what about John, but she's going to say it anyway.
Yeah. She says, he's never going to change, and he's back in jail. Next up, Andrea and Lamar, and this is brief. He says, what does Utah have to offer other than mountains, snow, and scary-ass churches?
And then, well, as they're driving down the road, Andrea says, my favorite things about LA is the way that they sell fruit. And she makes them stop because she's learning the ins and outs of fruit of LA, and there's like frozen fruit and like a kiosk on the corner or something. Like, is that what that was? Like frozen fruit?
I didn't even notice that.
It was like the whole scene. It was like this fruit stand. And she's like, well, you can't even sell lemonade in Utah. I don't know. A lemonade stand is illegal. It makes sense, though.
He says he went to a place out in Utah to eat, and the food was so bad that he couldn't eat it. And he says, and I used to eat prison food. That is pretty bad. Like, he ate prison food for 18 years and he can't eat, if it's true, but
yeah.
Next up, we are back to Lacey, John, and Shane. And Shane says he's not surprised that John is back in jail. Is anyone?
No one. He's been arrested more times than Michael. He's like constantly in and out of jail. He's like right up there with Christiana and Michael. John, he has so many mugshots that people didn't believe me when I was posting. Remember his mugshots?
Yeah.
They're like, that's not John. I'm like, it absolutely fucking is. He has so many mugshots and with varying degrees of hair and facial hair. Doesn't mean it's not him.
It's because it's gone on for so many years. I mean, he's looked every different, they've caught him in every look he's had.
Literally every look. John with longer hair, with no facial hair. John with a shaven head and facial hair. Chunky, not chunky.
John says he got arrested 3 weeks ago because she asked him to pick her up, and they went to a strip club, and he was talking to another girl, and she got mad and left him there. What business? Okay. What business do they have running around to strip clubs when they can't keep out of trouble? Like, sit your ass at home, go home, watch TV. I don't know, but don't be running around constantly if you can't stay out of fucking trouble.
One of the worst places I could think of to go if you need to stay out of trouble is probably a strip club. And second in line to that is any sort of club and then a bar.
Right.
Stay out of those places. Stay out of the casino.
He said later that night he went to her house and they got in a fight, and the next thing he knows, he was being arrested.
There's more to that.
There's so much more to that. I don't believe that was all that happened.
I guarantee you they got into a fight, right? And she started hitting him, and I bet he pushed her to get her to stop hitting him. I mean, I can't have no way of verifying that, but we've seen how she acts. And then she probably went, I'm calling the police, because he pushed her away. Because the police aren't going to come just because they're arguing and take him away. He must have done something.
Well, they told him that she called 911 on him and ultimately sent him back to jail. But to be honest, he sent himself back to jail. If he wasn't there fighting with her, then he wouldn't have been arrested. Like,
yeah,
he knows that she's willing to call on him because she's threatened it before.
Yeah, Lacey needs a man that she doesn't constantly fucking fight with. Let's just put that out there. And she says, like, I was only hanging out with John because of what you did. Bull fucking shit. Because she was talking to him before that. She was contemplating the whole damn time.
Shane says that just because John's back in jail, now you want to be with me. And she's like, no, she doesn't want to be with John at all. Bullshit. If John wasn't in jail and you weren't mad at him, you would 100% want to be with him because you've been with him the whole time that Shane's been in prison. Or, I'm sorry, at the hotel.
Yeah, and in some way or another, always in contact with him. And she says, at the end of the day, you're my husband and I want our marriage to work. Yeah, now that you don't have fucking John to as a backup. And she says, I made a huge mistake going back to John. But she was confused. Here's the thing. First, Shane is a loser, but now Lacey says Shane has his shit together and John won't change. But I thought Shane was a loser. I thought Shane couldn't get his shit together. Remember? Because that's what we left off with in the last season, that Shane was a loser and John said he was a loser, and now all of a sudden he's not a loser.
So Lacey says that she loves him and she wants to be with him and work hard on their marriage. And Shane says he was wrong first because he cheated on her. And that's what caused her to cheat on him. This sounds like a lot of excuses, if you ask me.
It does. Shane says, I don't want it. I don't want it to be like he's locked up, so now we can be together. And then when he gets out, it changes, just like I said. And he already can foresee this being like, oh, a thing that just like a vicious cycle.
And it would go on for years if both John and Shane allowed it.
Yeah.
Shane is understandably worried that she's just going to do the same thing again. But he says it's going to take a lot of work, but he's willing to start fresh.
Yeah, she says, I love you, and are you willing to give me another chance? But who's the one in the wrong here? Now she's apologizing. Okay.
Next up, Angela and Tony shows up at Angela's door with 2 cartons of cigarettes that are presumably a peace offering.
Come the fuck on. Do we have to do this? Okay, we did it. He says life is terrible without Angela, and he's been quarantining at a seedy motel. You fucking chose that. You spent most of your time at that seedy hotel working there, and then on your off time cheating on your wife or your to-be wife.
He says if he can get close enough to her so he can see her, he knows that he can win her over with his smile. And if he can touch her, it's in the bag. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, man.
You moist boy.
What are you, the end-all be-all? Baloney. He comes out of the building, or I'm sorry, Tony walks up and she comes out of the building. I put building. I think it was the garage, holding a fucking baseball bat.
Yeah. She says, what are you doing? What do you want? Did your prostitutes run off?
I brought you cigarettes. So fucking what? She could go down to the store and buy herself some cigarettes.
Right? Leave her alone, man.
He says, I love you. And she says, you think you can just show up here and I'll just give you what you want? Yes, he does think that. It's exactly what he thinks.
She tells him he cheated, lied, manipulated, and he says he still loves her. And she says she doesn't have time to piss away on him.
Yep. And she's waving that bat, and he says, chill with the bat. And she's like, why are you scared? I'd be scared.
I would be scared too. Pop your knee out sideways. Next up, Andrea and Lamar. And they are at a dance studio for Priscilla's lesson, and we find out that Lamar can't dance.
Well, I thought he was doing okay. He was like popping and locking like an older gentleman might do.
I don't think he's old enough to be dancing like an older gentleman.
I don't know how old he. We never write down their ages. Who knows? We're going to say he's 38.
I don't know. Sounds good enough for me. She said Watts, which is the town that they live in, is not what she wants for her kids, but she's not going to let that get in the way of her family's spiritual growth. Of course, because you have to have everything go back to being Mormon. Everything.
And she fucking picks a fight. Shocker. She says, I'm surprised you came with me. And then he's just kind of surprised, like, why wouldn't I be coming with you? And Andrea says, because this is the time you bring this shit up again, at her daughter's fucking dance studio. I'm very worried about the environment the kids are in, and that Priscilla needs to be baptized. Why is this the time to have this conversation?
Because she only cares about herself. He says that as a man, he should have more of a say about these things. Excuse me, sir, do you need to be punched in your butthole? Because I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. You should have equal say.
Definitely. But I feel like with Andrea, it's never going to be a 50-50 kind of thing. Let's just put it that way. She wants Priscilla to have the blood of Christ over her or a bucket of water. And she says, you have to agree to it in order for this to be done in a Mormon church. So the man has to agree for their child to be baptized in the Mormon church, I guess.
Right. She tells him that having Priscilla baptized will protect her when she's with him. She really just says whatever the fuck comes out of her stupid ass head. That's so insulting.
Because he's not protected by God, Jen. So if Priscilla's with him and Andrea's not with them also with her God shield around them, then
Listen,
bad things will happen.
if Andrea got struck by lightning, I would not cry. That's all I'm saying.
If Andrea got struck by lightning, does that prove anything to her?
Prove or disprove?
Disprove.
He says he doesn't want her to grow up with blind faith, and he wants her to grow up with a healthy spirituality. I respect that. But I also don't have my head fucking up the Book of Mormon.
She says she promises she won't leave her astray, but I wrote ashtray. But didn't mean to do that. I don't know why this would convince him. Oh, I got her. Don't worry. If you just agree to this, I'll take care. God and I will take care of the rest.
As much as he doesn't want to be Mormon, he also does not want his daughter to be Mormon, and she does not respect him at all. It's all about what Andrea wants. It's always been all about what Andrea wants, and he has kept trying to keep the peace.
He wants Priscilla to grow up and find her own religion, which happens all the time, no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. So many times when people become adults, they abandon their childhood religion all the time.
So after he tells Andrea this, that he wants Priscilla to choose her own religion, she just says, no. Fuck you. She's not just your kid. Like, this is not, you don't just get to make the decisions. That's not the way that life works.
In Andrea's world, it is.
She said that Priscilla is old enough at 8 to decide if she wants to be baptized or not.
No.
I mean, if Priscilla wants to be baptized, more power to you. But this is Andrea wanting this. This is not Priscilla wanting this.
That's the thing. She's going to do what mom wants. So this is not her decision.
Yeah. And she says Priscilla will have to be raised Mormon if she's going to stay in the marriage. Bye, bitch.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Later days. And we wrap this week up with Marcelino and Brittany. And Brittany tells him to go get the doctor because it's time.
Yeah. And Brittany's mom says that this is the best birthday gift ever.
And mom is thrilled to be there to see the baby being born. That's a good birthday gift.
Yeah, and this would be, I'm guessing, the first one of her births that mom has been to, because I'm just assuming maybe she was there. No, but they didn't have contact, so no. She couldn't have been there for the other ones. Marcelino says that they've been through a few things lately, but they got through it. So they're having a little, spat or struggle here and there, but they're working it out and they're good.
So she gives birth, but it takes a little bit for the baby to start crying. I mean, there's a moment there where you're like, where's the cry? Where is it? Where's the sound? But he does come through, strong cry.
Yep, everyone's happy and hugging, and I guess the baby's name is going to be Marciano, from what I heard. Mm-hmm. Marciano, yeah.
Yeah. He says he never knew he could be so joyful, and it was more than a dream come true, and better than a new car. I'd hope so.
I would hope so.
And we find out 2 hours later, after everybody is settled, that they named the baby Marciano Rebel.
Oh, I didn't hear that part, the Rebel.
And mom hands her the baby while she's sitting in the hospital bed.
And Marcelino said he's proud of the family he's built and that he hopes that Brittany's mom can stay sober and in their lives.
He brings the other 2 kids to meet the baby. So Gio and I'm blanking on their daughter's name.
I don't remember either.
He says that his mother has been sober for 14 or 15 years. And her mother is sober currently too. I didn't know that his mother had an issue. If I did know that, I have forgotten.
I think we spoke about it once, but I can't remember. I vaguely remember it.
Who is your VIP for this week?
Well, I chose Malcolm for his acting skills, of course.
I chose Lamar for standing his fucking ground. And your POS?
It was hard because no one was particularly terrible in here, so I just went with Sarah for constantly fucking using the black scent. Stop it. It's so cringe.
I chose Lacey for jumping ship as soon as John got arrested, only because she takes whoever is available at that moment.
Good one.
So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, head over to Apple or Spotify to rate and review. If you'd like to continue the conversation, join our group on Facebook at Love After Lockup, Locked Down. Listen every Wednesday wherever you find your podcasts and keep those notifications on to be the first to catch bonus episodes.
And in the meantime, don't fall in love.
And don't get locked up.
First date at Walmart, keeping it low. Told the clerk, don't judge me, I'm on parole. I brought roses, okay, 1 rose from a gas station. She said, oh babe, now that's validation. We be vibing in a halfway suite. Microwave dinners, romance elite. She my ride or die, she brought me a phone. Even snuck it in once, pre-release song. She hold me down like a key-o with charm. Except she don't mace me or twist my arm. We write vows in Sharpie on my court docs. Judge said no contact, but we beat the clocks. Love after lockup, cuffed and proud. Matching jumpsuits, now we rockin' the crowd. She said, don't mess up, I said, bet. Now we're TikTok stars with no regrets. So here's the love and second chance thrill. From a concrete bed to Netflix and chill. They said, don't catch feelings, but I caught a case of butterflies, girl, not just in one place. Ankle monitor beep. Oops, curfew gotta bounce.